Good morning from Universal City, Hollywood. We are here in California visiting Universal Studios. I have not been to this park in, I want to say probably over a decade. Last time I was here was, I want to say like 2010. But it has been such a long time since I've been here. Now, I'm not here alone. I'm here with the madre, my mama. I'm here with my dad, who's taking a picture of my mama. And I'm here with my two friends, Danny and Jazz, right there. Now, it's going to be a bit different because instead of us just going to the park and doing normal things, I'm taking you guys on an adventure because we have booked the VIP experience tour for today. So we're going to go and do the whole VIP experience tour, see what it's all about, because we've never done it before. So I'll take you guys along for the journey, and we'll see how things kind of go. So stay tuned. All right, so we got our VIP tickets. We're going upstairs now. This is going to be very interesting. Let's see how these are going to play out. We have our tour guide named Chris. This is cool. I've never done this before.
Yeah, there's one to like we're not like breaking cards.
Let's go to the VIP lounge. Oh, wow.
Really straight.
So when you get here, they give you like a nice complimentary snacks and breakfast. I had the croissant with a cookie and some orange juice, which is legit orange juice. Like it's real juiced orange juice. I thought it was like gonna be like store-bought crap, but no, it's really good. You also have like coffee and some other drinks as well. They treat you really well if you get the VIP experience. How's their?
Very good breakfast. I love it. I never ate this before. This is first time.
What is that?
It's a bagel, a little mini bagel with like a sausage and ham and cucumber, the carrot, but it's very good.
Sorry, what do you guys have here?
Beautiful it is. Want some hummus?
Oh no, I'm good. But that looks really good. Is that a bell pepper in there too? Like a mini bell pepper? And Danny just about spilled his drink.
No, not yet.
How you guys feeling about it? You guys ready for the tour? Because again, this is all of our first times doing this, so we're gonna be all over the place. Where's Pa? Oh, there we go. Coming with the coffee. What'd you get, Pa?
Coffee.
Now our tour doesn't start for another 20 minutes or so, so we're just gonna be chilling here for a little bit. But when we get started, we'll get started. So we don't know how well this tour is going to go, but I'm excited. First time doing the VIP tour for all of us. And I haven't vlogged in over like half a year, so we're back here. Our tour guide Chris just explained all the stuff that we're going to do. We're basically going to try to hit every single ride, but we're starting with the studio tour first, and then we're going to go from there. But we get to see stuff from Spider-Man.
I know. I was like,
from Spider-Man. We get to see stuff from Captain America. I'm not a movie guy personally, but he watches more movies than I'd have.
the bit.
So. We'll see. Yeah, I'm excited. This is cool. This is really, really cool. We've never done it.
I know it's happening.
Yeah, so we're going to be leaving here in just a couple minutes. And we're going to see the Backlot. We're going to explore.
Yeah, I'm a tour guide.
So this right here is our tour guide, Chris. We're now walking to the trolley, which is down in the back lot, lower lot, I think. So we'll see how things. It's gonna be a bit of a walk, but we got this.
Okay, I'm at.
Oh, there's Shrek.
I want to blow you away here. I'm at 769 steps.
You're doing so good, honey.
Listen, that's 800 more than normal.
Oh man, look at that. There's the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift.
Here's the little test run.
Those cars look absolutely cool. Sadly, we're not riding that. Oh, they're setting a train.
Oh, there we go.
I want to ride.
That was kind of inverted, huh?
Dude, it's like spinning and.
Is that what it was? Because it was like.
It drifts sideways. It rides inverted. It loops.
Here we go to the studio tour. I have not done the studio tour in like over a decade. It has been a long time.
VIP studio tour.
Huh?
VIP studio tour.
No, we haven't. Well, I mean, we haven't done the VIP, but I haven't done the regular studio
No,
tour.
I'm saying that's where we're at now.
Oh yeah. Whoa! Look at the view. I forgot about this view. Whoa!
Down below is our backlot. In the distance, Warner Brothers Studios. And behind that, Walt Disney Studios.
Wait time is 10 minutes, but for us, we ain't going this way.
Okay, make sure our backlot is good to go. Yep. All right, Team Chris, when we do little detours like this, I'll always turn around and make sure it's just us because we'll take entrances where the general admission ticket holders will go, gosh, that looks better than where I'm going, I'll follow that. So that's why I'm kind of turning around and making sure.
Good.
All right. Woo. Left, right, doesn't matter. You just don't want the seat that doesn't face forward. And mate, we're gonna fill the whole trolley up, so make sure you like who you're sitting with.
Ew!
Let me in! Let me in!
Hey, guys.
I don't think anyone can handle us.
No. I mean, we have Jazzy's back here just. Plus, might as well just chill up here because we got a nice view of the tour guide.
Welcome, guys. Come on in.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, we're right here. So,
How's it going? How's everyone doing this morning?
woo!
Wow, settle down. Welcome to all of you. Those of you who have been traveling with Victor, my name is Chris. Those of you with me, that's Victor. Together, we will take you through the biggest movie studio there is. I'll take us through the first half. He'll take us through the second half. But the gentleman who will be with us from front to back, the captain of this ship, his name is Josh. Please say hello, Josh.
Josh!
Josh got a shot. He's crying now. That's all. We have a ton of stuff to show you. Your first opportunity to see the actual movie studio is coming up on your right. In just a moment, you're going to see outdoor sets. Outdoor sets that were used in Spider-Man, Batman, Captain America, Austin Powers, Back to the Future, classics like To Kill a Mockingbird, Frankenstein, and Dracula. Down below is the back lot of our studio, where those outdoor sets, which are called facades, their fronts and sides, we're going to get a closer look in a little bit. So if you cannot get a good photo from here, don't worry. In the distance, through those trees, tan buildings with a big WD on the front. Those are the Warner Brothers Studios. Behind that, Walt Disney and ABC Studios. And if you look over your shoulder, you can see it now a little behind you. And those are the studios that Walt Disney had built using the profits from Snow White way back in the late 1930s to this day. The world headquarters for the Walt Disney Company. Now, Victor and I are going to talk about Paramount, Disney, MGM, 20th Century Fox, Netflix. We're going to talk about all of them. We're happy when they do well because they will come here and work on our lot. This is the biggest movie studio there is. As a result, we're not just a production facility, we're also a rental facility. So we're happy if Disney wants to come and work on Desperate Housewives or Pirates of the Caribbean or Princess Diaries, which they have right here. You guys saw the roller coaster. That's a bit of a tease. I wish we could take you on that one. We are working that out. We don't have a hard date in terms of when we're going to open it. Not soon enough, though. And then down on the right-hand side, just past this building, some of you were distracted by Super Nintendo World. What happened was that we ran out of room in that top level years ago in the late 1980s. So we had to expand the theme park by digging into the movie studio. We are so large as a movie studio. I mentioned we rent it to everybody else. And on the right-hand side, oh, look at this. Real-life heroes, not actors, guys, right there. Thanks to the brave firefighters of station number 51, these guys prevent our lot from burning down when we blow it up. And a fire on a movie studio, not unusual. We're dealing with thin wood, plastic, fiberglass, lots of pyrotechnics. Here's your first opportunity to see where movie making happens. That big building, Stage 12, built in 1928. Dracula with Bela Lugosi filmed in that building. So did Frankenstein, so did Scarface with Al Pacino. Warner Brothers, they use that stage when they shoot Batman films. They'll build evil layers inside. The main gates for the movie studio, over on your left. When your name is Jordan Peele, Steven Spielberg, Julia Roberts, Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, that's where you enter to work. Inside mainly of these stages. Now, I'm not going to say too much about the stages because Victor's going to take us into one, hopefully, that has a set up on its feet in just a little bit and explain why a great deal of filmmaking, television series, also music videos and commercials are done in these controlled environments. Now, we film on location too, all over the world, or we make it up as we go here on the lot. For instance, over on the left-hand side, that parking structure is a real parking structure for the movie executives. However, on CSI, about 109 murders were discovered in that parking structure. So they will set up the lighting and camera equipment and go to work. In the second Jurassic Park film, there's a scene where two T-Rexes are fighting over this research lab, and they push it over the edge, and it's hanging there. That was the clip. Take a look at the screen. I even have that to show you. Here we go. It's a bit of a dark scene. Right? There it is. That's a parking structure. And by the way, that's not a miniature model. That's a full-size research lab. Didn't weigh all that much, though. Most of it's plastic, fiberglass, and wood. Designed and built right here on the lot. The stage is coming up on the right. These were built a little later on in time, back in the 1950s, for the expansion of television. Most movie studios were not thrilled about TV becoming a big thing. They thought nobody will go to the theater if we have this type of entertainment at home. Universal actually embraced television, becoming the largest supplier of TV series to the networks and the streaming services. Speaking of television, I'm going to give you a whole history of our TV, but here's one of our newer shows. Anybody recognize this guy toasting us with a beer? Just shout it out.
Yeah, Ted.
Great, I heard a lot of kids yell Ted. Good job, parents. All right, so yes, Ted films here on the lot, the movies and the TV series. Those buildings were Seth MacFarlane's production offices during the films. These buildings were dressing rooms at one point for stars. Today, they're production offices for those who have development deals, like Vin Diesel. His offices are on the left. Dwayne Johnson has production offices here. Steven Spielberg and also John Williams have offices on the lot. Kevin Williamson, you see his parking space over on the left. He's the guy responsible for the Scream movies. Those of you fans of Wicked, Mark Platt, who also produced La La Land, took the Wicked ball outside of the Broadway theater, transported it here. Look over your shoulder, a little to your left, look behind you. That's Mark Platt's office. He put the Wicked ball from the Broadway theater outside of his office to inspire him and everybody around him. Over on the left, some Hollywood history here. That's Alfred Hitchcock's old office. And his silhouette was painted on the outside of that building when he used it in the mid-1950s until his death in 1980. Here's Hitchcock on the screen. He used to put himself in his own films, usually at the beginning, so you weren't distracted looking for him the whole time. Hitchcock did a number of movies for MGM, Paramount, and Universal. His TV series was shot here, and we have some incredible sets from my favorite Hitchcock film that we get to see a little bit later on. But first, our first VIP excursion. Victor's going to walk us into an actual soundstage. Victor, do you want me to play the clip of the show or just save everything? Okay. So, guys, when you walk in with Victor, stay with him. Also, it's a real set. Don't bump into anything. Whatever they were filming, they're going to resume later. Try not to lean into the walls. The walls might move too. You can take photos and videos. Leave your large bags on board. Come back, take the same seats you have now to avoid any confusion. But stay with us. And if you have questions, just interrupt us at any point. Also, when we walk off the trolley, be really careful about this crooked step here.
All right, VIPs. First and foremost, everyone say hi, Victor.
Hi, Victor.
Hi, friends. I'm the other tour guide. Now, check this out. Look down at your feet. You're currently standing on a movie studio that has been here for 111 years. Isn't that wild? Crazy. Some of your favorite movies have filmed here, and Chris and I, we're barely going to scrape the surface of the thousands of productions that have filmed here at Universal. Now, sound stages are awesome because we have complete control over all the elements in here. These walls are 5 times thicker than your walls at home. There's a show in here called St. Dennis Medical. Is anybody watching St. Dennis Medical? It's such a good show. I love it. It's one of my favorite shows. I'm trying to get booked on it. Low-key telling my agents not to change it. But anyway, really fun show. It takes place at a hospital outside of Portland, Oregon. So we're about to leave Los Angeles and head over to Portland, Oregon. Look how we're going to do it. Look.
Let's go.
Whoa!
Oh my God, the audio just
I know.
dead.
All right, well, yeah, gather around, friends. So I like what he said. He said the audio just went dead. That's the point. Because this soundstage is about 98% soundproof. Now, when we go in there, please no touching. You can take as many photos as you want. Just no touching, no leaning on anything, okay? Go ahead and touch to the wall. What are you doing? I'm kidding. Just gotta wake you guys up a little bit. So touch the wall. That's called insequel. Imagine grabbing your mattress and then like 3 other mattresses and then squishing them to about this thin and then stapling onto the wall using chicken wire. And that's how we make this about 98% soundproof. Notice how high the ceiling is. We never have a ceiling because we don't have to show it to you. 99% of productions will never have one because when you light the set, your imagination will just be like, cool, there's lights hanging from a ceiling. There's a very famous post-credit scene from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where Will Smith goes, if we're so rich, how come we can't afford a ceiling? The camera pans up and that's what you see. Yeah, pretty crazy, huh? So why are we 98% soundproof? Because not just are we filming footage, we're also recording dialogue. Very important. Our actors will have microphones hidden in their costumes, and we all know the boom operator, right? The person holding the microphone, and sometimes they'll hit them in the head, and it's funny. So all of that is to make sure that we get that audio nice and clear. Because if I open that door while the wigwag is going off, the red light on the soundstage wall, if that red light is going off, that tells me, shut up, Victor, because the camera is on and rolling. So if I walk in with a Starbucks and I'm like, all right, Christy, you're crazy, and we're filming, I will not have a job anymore. So that's why we close both of those doors. We put that wigwag on. As tour guides, we know if we see that wigwag, turn off the microphone. Go off the microphone because we don't want to bleed into the soundtrack. For some reason, they don't want my voice on there. All right, friends. So, does anybody work in the medical field? Any nurses, doctors? Anybody? Yeah? You're going to hate this. I'm sorry. But we're about to take you into a hospital in Portland, Oregon. Can I make a recommendation? As you're recording, do it now. That way you don't just show them pictures of a hospital and your friends are like, cool, man. You know. Follow me. Welcome to St. Dennis Medical. Ooh, welcome, friends. Pretty crazy, huh? Kind of trippy. For you watch the show. How does it feel?
Cool, because the maker just hang out right here.
Yes, it's almost weird, huh? Because you're so used to seeing 2 dimensions on a TV or on your phone, and then you're in real life and everything is blown out of proportion. You want to know why? Because when we're filming, that's 2D, right? We're flattening out the images. There's those funny things where people go, oh, the camera adds 10 pounds. Well, not necessarily true. What it's doing, it's going to flatten your face out to capture more information, making you essentially 2D. Now, that's why the sets look so massive. If you go back and watch a TV show, the sets are huge. And then you come in here and you're like, they're kind of small. Again, the camera kind of expands everything, capturing all that data. Now, the reason why I say no leaning on anything, let's say I put all my weight on this, all 120 pounds of it, right? Of muscle, of muscle. Let's say I put all my weight on this, right? I will lean down to the floor with it. This is just a wooden box. This is not structurally holding anything up. This is just there so this kind of looks like a hospital. All of this is on rollers. We can move everything if we want to. Because when we have that camera following Wendy McLeoding-Covey, who's hilarious, and if she's doing jumping jacks or kicks, and we're following her through the scene, we need to be able to move everything out of the way so we don't have our camera operators bumping into stuff. You're going to notice there's a ceiling. Remember when I said that productions don't have one? This one does. Because look how big the set is. We're filming 360. It's not like anybody a fan of George Lopez. So he filmed his show. Yeah, he filmed his show Lopez versus Lopez here, and it was filmed in front of a live studio audience. So it was a different kind of setup. This one camera following the actors around. If we need a reaction of someone, now we have to switch POV to this side, and we do that. That's why filming takes so long. For shows like Friends, anything, Reba McEntire show that's filming here, anything in front of a live studio audience, all the sets will be built right next to each other. And the cameras will just move. And we have multiple cameras capturing all the reactions. So once we're done with the scene, we can move on. With this one, if we're done filming this scene of us talking together, the camera right here, now we have to move the camera behind her and then film, get one over here. That way we make the shots dynamic. That way you're not watching the show going, wow, people are talking. The show stars Wendy McLeod-Covey, Reno 911, Goldberg's Bridesmaids, David Allen Greer in Living Color, Jumanji, The Wiz Live, Allison Tolman, Fargo, Good Girls. And if you're a fan of Superstore, anyone a fan of Superstore? Same showrunner, Eric Legend, along with Eric Legend, Justin Spritzer. That's why they have a ceiling. Superstore, when it filmed here, it also had a ceiling as well because it was a big box retail store.
What's the showrunner?
showrunner is like the producer, the person who's like, hey, this is my show, and I wanna, and I'm on set being like, hey, you messed up your line, do it again. no, but kind of like the person in charge of the, and make sure everything runs well. The supplies. I have to give props to the prop department, because those supplies over there, those are real. They just expired 12 years ago. So we can't legally use them on human beings, but we can pretend to use them in the background, right? Even all of the equipment over here is outdated, it's old. We get it either donated or we buy it very cheap from hospitals because they don't need it anymore, right? And it plays on to the show because in the writing, this is an underfunded hospital. So everything turns on, we just can't use it in a hospital. Now, for those who work in the hospital, how does it feel? Is it weird? Trippy?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I'm so disassociated with my job, I don't. She's like, kind of cool. All right, friends, so follow me this way. This is the emergency room, the entrance. If I walk out of that door, I'm going to run into a soundstage wall because the outside of the hospital is across the street. We film them separately, edit them together. Your imagination will tell you that when we go inside the hospital, you go in here, when in reality, you just run into a wooden wall full of spiders and my hopes and dreams. That's it. If you look outside the window, you're going to notice there's a bunch of like electrical gearing out there. Well, how do we cover that up when we're filming? Easy. We have a shower curtain with an HD photo of the parking lot printed on it. And we wrap it wherever there's windows. We light it from the back using different LEDs so it looks like daytime or nighttime. And your imagination will tell you there's a parking lot when in reality just a soundstage wall full of spiders and Victor's hopes and dreams. All right, follow me. I need a volunteer, a child. All right, you, since you're running. Stand right here. Everybody gather around. If you know the answer, I think a lot of you might not know the answer to this question. All right, little one. For 1 million universal dollars, which is equivalent to 15 American cents, can you tell me what this machine behind you is?
Telephone.
You're wrong, and you've lost. Follow me, friends. For those of you who do know what that is, it's over your soul. It's a fax machine. All right, gather around, friends, gather around. I'm going to show you how elevators work. It's a fax machine. Yeah. It's okay. I've never used one in my life either.
It is a phone.
It's also fun.
So VIPs, this is our elevator. That's it. Just a wooden box. And this is how it works. I'm going to show you, right?
It's broken.
Never mind, it's broken. But usually it's just someone hiding behind the wall and they're just pushing it open and close. Yeah, that's all they're doing. They're literally hiding right here. It's a poor production assistant who just wants to be a writer, and they have a walkie-talkie in their ear, and the assistant director will go, action on doors, and then they'll just go. Because imagine I'm doing a bit and I use a real elevator and I go in and I go, see you on the 3rd floor, and then the doors take forever to close. It's gonna be awkward. But if you have people on the other side waiting for you to go, good luck see you on the 3rd, and that's your cue, 3rd floor, then it closes and it's funny. If anybody watches or a fan of the Hunger Games Catching Fire, I love the Hunger Games Catching Fire, the second one, Joanna Mason. It's PG-13, but she gets naked to kind of intimidate Katniss Everdeen, and the actress Jenna Malone, they had planned it where she got off the floor and the crew was waiting with a robe. But something happened with the elevator. She got off on the wrong floor. She's still in character, looks up, and some random hotel guest with Starbucks goes, hi. So that's why we don't like to use real elevators. Also, they're expensive. And also, we don't have a 2nd floor. The 2nd floor is over there on the other side of the door. This is Alison Tolman's desk. This is the main character. She plays Nurse Alex. She's kind of like the mama bear of the group. Everybody comes to her with their problems, and she's like, I'm just trying to do my job, bro. David Allen Greer, he plays the character I identify most with. He's just kind of like, I don't want to deal with this. I just kind of want to be off camera. And then Wendy McLennan-Covey, she is so good in that role. She's jumping. She's a director of the hospital, trying to make it the best hospital in the world. So does anybody have any questions about Soundstages, St. Denis Medical, how this all works? All right, sweet. Chris should be somewhere around to take you to the Metropolitan sets, but I'll start taking you. If you're a fan of Ariana Grande, she did Hairspray Live in here, along with EGOT winner Jennifer Hudson, Monty Ballia. We're going to exit through the restrooms. Choose whatever restroom you want, obviously.
Okay, guys, so now we get to, you can actually touch the sets out here. Be careful, though, because your hand may go through some of it, or it may be really what it appears to be, and it may hurt your hand. So we saw the inside of St. Denis. I'll show you the outside, plus lots more. I mentioned some Marvel and DC movies, like Spider-Man and Batman and Captain America. I'll show you sets from that. Here's our first opportunity. And up close, you can see that it's just spackled with paint. But it looks pretty good from a little bit of a distance.
Different set.
Isn't there a scene with like Jim Carrey that they shot on this at one point? I know.
Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that? I'll play that clip when we get back to it.
Heck yeah.
So now look at that building. There's the exterior to the hospital. Now, the brick in front of it was just placed there for St. Denis. Most of the building looks like that glass structure. Now, what's inside of these buildings? Not much. Come up here, I want to show you. There are exceptions to the rule. Not everything is just a facade or a shell. Some things you can film inside of. Feel free to tap on this too. Now, they don't build these to any type of code, so I can't walk you into the building, but I do want to show you. So this would be the cafe for the hospital, or when they change it to something else, some other entrance room, they'll cover up the piping and some of the electrical work, maybe paint something on the back here, put a desk here, or a bar. Now, when I'm talking in here, unlike the building that Victor just walked us through, which had padded walls and padded floors, it absorbed all that echo, my voice is bouncing all over the place. So you'd probably have to re-record me in a different type of a studio, which is called automated dialogue replacement, ADR. You go in and you watch yourself on the screen and then you just replace your dialogue. Let's walk out this way just a little bit. Oh, hey, by the way, when the trams come by, they have no idea why you're walking around and they're not. So they're going to take your picture. Make it look good.
There's the original glamour tram right over there.
Yeah, we wrote those all the time.
Yep.
40s. I already heard somebody mention Bruce Almighty. Yes, Jim Carrey, Jennifer Aniston lived in that brownstone over there. How about Home Alone 2? Anybody remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Macaulay Culkin chucked all kinds of things off that top floor onto the two sticky bandits. Michael Jackson did about 3 videos on this street, including Remember the Time, Black or White. Black or White, he sits right on that stoop with Macaulay Culkin. Lady Sings the Blues with Diana Ross. This is Baltimore, 1912. The Sting, Chicago, 1936. Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, London during the 1890s. Now, if it's London during the 1890s, you have to cover up these fire hydrants here, all right? So you can do that with a bush or like some old type of mailbox or something like that. Captain America, the First Avenger, it's the 1940s. Dick Tracy, Disney painted everything blue and red and green and yellow. It looked like a comic book. Get closer to the building, you can look right through it and see rafters, all kinds of stuff. But would anybody like me to get a photo? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, these are all wooden, like fake wood. You can tell they're like wood. I just realized, isn't the outside of this St. Mark's also the outside from The Voice?
Yes, it is.
Because it looks familiar.
Yeah, so like when they're lining up for The Voice, that's where they shoot it right there. All right, you ready? Yeah, I'm going to get a different angle here.
This is so cool.
Dude, I know.
Let's do a little Home Alone, Complete Murder, She Wrote, Columbo, Matlock, Simon & Simon, Rockford Files. We're now doing, and also, by the way, The Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy. I'm going to show you the campus in just a second. Let's walk down this alleyway. Not what you think it is. The large metal grates right here, that's a pit. You lift up the grate, you have a pit, you put a live tree and a planter right inside, boom, there you go. And then when you're done, you just move it away. So these are not permanent fixtures. Also, the coach lights up there, they've been removed. That way it gives the set designer and decorator a blank slate to go, yeah, this could be Atlanta, yeah, this could be Baltimore, this could be the 1950s, whatever it is, or a town from another world. Let's walk this way. We call this Murder Alley for a good reason.
Frankenstein?
Nope.
Oh.
But just about every crime show you could ever imagine, from CSI to, Law and Order, bodies have been lined up on this thing.
Oh, boy.
Chalk drawn around. And by the way, even the pipes here are props, with a few exceptions.
Huh.
There's real plumbing in here too. This next setup is a town square that was built in 1947 for a movie most people wouldn't even know. It's called An Act of Murder. It starred Frederick March. It is the town square and the courthouse from To Kill a Mockingbird, Bye Bye Birdie, The Music Man, one of the Psycho films, Inherit the Wind, the TV show Ghost Whisperer, the campus from Eddie Murphy's The Nutty Professor. It's now being used in TED as Boston and also the high school. It's the town in Gremlins as well. Again, just naming a few things. Rutherford Falls, shot here about 2 years ago with Ed Helms. But I'm leaving something out.
It's Back to the Future.
It's Back to the Future.
Move that tram.
All right, now. So
No way. No way.
it looks a little bit different now because there was a TV series called Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt, and Paramount didn't want people recognizing this from Ghost Whisperer. So the 4 big columns, the big pillars that were at the front, they're still there. But they just covered them up with a thin sheet of fake brick. So here are the columns, here are the bricks right over it. I'll take it. Does that make sense? They just literally wrapped it around with artificial brick. So if you were to take that front off, you'd see the big columns up there. I'll show you what I mean by that. The corner diner was right here. We lost that in a fire, unfortunately. And the gas station stood over in this area. When they shot Gremlins just a year before Back to the Future, the corner diner building, which they filmed inside of, was the bank where Judge Reinhold worked. Lady Gaga walks down those steps in Edge of Glory. So we're talking about music videos here. And again, go back and watch any of our old TV shows stemming from Leave It to Beaver, the Munsters, throughout all of that stuff that I talked about. They film a lot in here.
Dude, I never think that we'd be standing in the spot where
All right, here we go.
Back to the Future was
It's
filmed.
the McFlys in their back.
This is crazy. Like every video I've seen, like them doing the VIP tour, like when researching this part was usually always closed off for like.
Yeah, it is. It's
So
rarely.
this is rare.
We use this a lot this year, maybe 2 months out of the year. Anybody else?
2 months out of the year, bro.
Okay, so the amount of Hollywood history in terms of where you're standing here, I just mentioned a whole bunch of things filmed here. I left out a few things too. If you're a fan of the old Twilight Zone TV show, the very first episode was shot here. That's the one with the actor Earl Holliman walking down an empty dirt road, walks into a town, but nobody's in the town. They're watching. That was shot. There, yeah, that's it. And then at the end, he's standing right on that corner over there in the, and he's trying to push the signal to cross the street. And find out he's in a little chamber. Yeah, that's the one. Come on up, let's go a little closer. I also mentioned that they altered the front of this. Paramount did that. They were supposed to change it back and expose the columns. We asked them to leave it like this because we get more use out of it now that it's not familiar. But if you go back and watch To Kill a Mockingbird and Bye Bye Birdie and all of these older films, or any of the TV shows that were shot here, or even like old science fiction movies, like there was one called Tarantula, about a giant tarantula attacking this small Arizona town. At the end of that film, there's a fighter pilot dropping napalm on the tarantula. It was an unknown guy at the time, Clint Eastwood. And you can tell that it's him. You can see his eyes. He got fired right after that movie, by the way. He was what was called a contract player. He got fired because they told him he wasn't photogenic, and he had an Adam's apple that you're gonna have to shave off. And he's like, "Can you do that?" And then he went to Warner Brothers and became a big star. Sent us the bill when he started doing Universal films. Back to the Future 1 and 2. They would redo this area 4 times for 4 different time periods. You had the 1955 sequences with the grass park. You had the 1985 sequence where they used a special aging process to make the town look older. And then asphalt all over. For the year 2015, a pond they would dig out of this area. A real pond and a basin. Now those films, those sequences were at the beginning of the movie, but they were shot at the end of production. Because if you had to go back and reshoot anything, how are you going to recreate that pond? So they just left it here. At the end of the filming, they still left it here until the movie came out and paid a holding fee so nobody could use this area just in case they had to reshoot. Let's walk up a little closer.
I feel bad for whoever just pulled up on that tram, just trying to get pictures. And we're just here ruining the shot. It's like, sorry.
I know, I told you, you're going to be in there. All their videos. As I mentioned before, Victor and I can't walk us into any of the buildings because they're not really built to a code, but I want to show you, I want to expose to you what the original front looked like. So, when you come up here, just duck your head in there, and you'll see the original columns and the original front. And what a change it made.
What?
Just by covering columns with another design.
Oh,
That
that's
makes
crazy.
sense now?
Oh, that's
Hard to
nuts.
describe unless you're looking at it.
You can't even feel the stairs all
Yeah,
fake.
this can support us. It's hollow, it's not concrete. And if you want to see what the material is, there is actually a little bit of concrete in the plaster to make it look real.
Oh, wow.
It's just not something you'd want to build your house with. But yeah, and so they just really wanted to cover up those pillars, those columns.
Even the original lights are there, too. They're still there. For like the studio lighting.
That may have been added a few years after.
Okay.
Yeah, but some of the lumber back there goes back to 1947.
Oof.
All right. So we got to see some cool stuff here. Again, tremendous Hollywood history. You guys want to see Gotham City?
Oh, yeah, let's go.
The hill in the background, just on the that ends up in so many of our movies, including Back to the Future, or films that were shot here. I'll give you an example of Austin Powers in a second. But just on the other side of that hill is the Hollywood sign. So if you were to walk up to where that tree is, at the bottom of your feet, the top of the Hollywood sign.
Huh. Did not know that this entire time.
Oh yeah, the voice right there.
Oh yeah, the voice is filmed in stage 30. So yeah, the exterior, the voice over there, and the interior right there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So this is where the voice is done now, inside of that building. The holding area for the talent, just on the right-hand side. Now, when we turn into this area, and we walk through this street, you're about to see Gotham City from some of the Batman films, New York from the Spider-Man movies, Los Angeles in movies like Earthquake and Transformers, which Paramount, by the way, put holes in a lot of these buildings because Megatron was destroying downtown LA. That's fine, they just rebuilt it. Dick Tracy filmed here. It was San Francisco in Dirty Harry, Chicago in the Blues Brothers, Chicago in the Sting. I mentioned Elvis's last movie over there. He also shot on this street. Tap on the material again. So the street that we're about to see is our most used street on the lot. There it is.
Woo. Who's that?
That's Mark Platt.
Oh.
La La Land, Wicked, Broadway. I mean, huge. He's a big deal.
And that's just celebrity sighting.
So guys, yeah, I know, on Sunday, on a holiday.
I know, I
They're
was
out
like,
here probably
are we gonna get
scouting or maybe doing the gun tour.
Scouting?
Spider-Man 2, guys. You remember that one? Doc Ock hurling a car right through a cafe right at the end of the street. Columbia Pictures mounted a real car to a catapult and hurled it through that building. That was a practical effect. This is the area. Oh, and Austin Powers, I mentioned. I would say something about that. London during the 1960s and the 1990s. They pan the camera around. You can see California mountains and palm trees in the background. Normally, we would ignore it, get rid of it, whatever. In Austin Powers, they embraced it in all three films. And he stands here and he goes, this looks more like Southern California than London to me. Then they just move on. In Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood wounds a bank robber right there. Aims that gun at his head and he goes, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, currently the city of San Francisco, they have out this incredible picture book of film locations in San Francisco. From like Mrs. Doubtfire, Streets of San Francisco, Star Trek 4, all these things that were filmed there. The Presidio. On the cover of the book, they forgot to do a little research here. On the cover of that book is the scene from Dirty Harry that was filmed right here.
Whoops.
Now, oops is right. Most of Dirty Harry was all filmed in San Francisco. not that scene. Notice also how they've curved the street around the building. Makes it look as though it goes on forever. It just ends at that point. Plaza Hotel, not always the Plaza Hotel. That's what it was when they were filming last week. Mostly, it looks like Macy's in here. So next time you go back and watch Spider-Man or Batman or Captain America, where this is the 1940s, and you see these buildings, freeze frame and just know on the other side of that is the town of Batman and all those other projects. All right, guys. So, in Oscorp, the glass building right over there. And I know you're going to Google that and say, that was a skyscraper. Well, it was a computer animated skyscraper. The close-ups were done right there. So, if you're ready, when you get all the shots you want, we're going to head back on. Josh is going to take us to a few other sites as well. There's the courthouse while the columns are exposed. Now, how do you make the same set look different than other productions? Set design and decoration. Here it is over 60 years ago in To Kill a Mockingbird. The same steps you guys just walked up and took photos with. And then the most difficult setup, Back to the Future Part 2. Now, there's that California mountain in the background. Remember the brownstones we just saw right there? Watch this from Bruce Almighty. So this was shot in a soundstage like the one that Victor just took us into. Weeks later, they shot that scene on those brownstones. Now that's how it comes to life. People and cars and trees, and then they move on. They turn it back into a blank slate. All right, now one thing that I didn't mention as we took off earlier is that Josh over here is going to drive us through a few attractions. These attractions might shake us around a little bit, so you want to be mindful. If you have anything laying around, if you have anything close to the windows, hold on to those. Also, water effects will be involved.
Oh crap.
Those of you who chose to sit on this side, you stand a good chance of getting wet. But only if, and only if, these people don't block all the water from hitting you.
Sorry, D. I'm jumping ship with it.
All right, so I'm not going to set this one up. We're going to New Zealand for this setup. Hold on tight.
Whoa.
Smoothly.
Oh, he angry. Oh, he's angry. Oh! There's the bin. Oh! Oh my God, what is happening? Ah, yeah! Whoa! Oh my God! Oh! Get him, Kong! Get him! Get him! Oh gosh! Oh God!
Ladies and gentlemen, King Kong, everybody!
That was cool.
Look at the size of those screens as we drive out of here. Those screens are 4 stories high, almost 200 feet long, 16 projectors, 8 on each side.
Yeah.
They all had to be calibrated evenly with sound, video, and motion that took 2 years to put together. Are you guys okay back there? Who got spritzed a little bit? Anyone? Yeah. Victor got, Josh and I were fine. All right, so guys, we'll see more things like that in a little bit when Victor takes over in just a few moments. Now, coming up on your left-hand side you'll see a little bit more of our back lot. I mentioned before the bricks are plastic, styrofoam, wood, chicken wire behind that. This stuff not only is designed here, it's manufactured here too. We rent the material out, we sell the material. This studio works like a factory, like they did back in 1912. Now, Victor mentioned how many years that we've had a studio here. We've been in business as a movie company. Universal Pictures got its start in 1912 in what was the movie capital of the world, New York and New Jersey. By 1914, most of the movie companies had left the East Coast for the West Coast. Anybody know why?
Land?
Land, and some people said weather. That had nothing to do with it. What? Who said what? It actually had to do with getting away from two people, Thomas Edison and George Eastman. Thomas Edison owned the patents on both cameras and projectors. George Eastman connected to Eastman Kodak. That was the film. Every movie that was made or even shown, you were under the thumb of these two guys. So starting in 1910, a guy named D.W. Griffith said, if I go 3,000 miles away, good luck suing me in 1910. That's the real reason. If they left for the weather or cost or anything like that, they would have gone to Florida. But who had a house in Florida as well? Thomas Edison. So they had to go as far from New York and New Jersey as they could get and still be on land, and that was Los Angeles. Nobody had even heard of Los Angeles. They knew San Francisco, they knew San Diego. Los Angeles was a really small community. And it turned into Hollywood, it turned into the movie-making capital of the world, and later, the television capital of the world as well. Now, years later, the Supreme Court did deem that antitrust laws would break up that monopoly. It was not constitutional, but due to the weather, and it was more conducive for filmmaking here, nobody was looking to go back to New York and New Jersey after that, so it remained. I pointed out before the courthouse a great deal of the time. You're going to see the side of that. So when you watch all of these big films and you see these buildings, knowing now that the courthouse from Back to the Future is just on the other side. On the right side, a mural painted by graffiti artist Tristan Eaton. We gave Tristan Eaton access to our archive so he could see the original artwork, but we wanted to come up with his own concept. Monster movies are what put Universal on the A-list in terms of movie studios, and starting in 1923 with The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Phantom of the Opera, Dracula, Frankenstein, The Wolfman, The Invisible Man, we still have an area on the backlot where those movies were filmed. The Lion Estates prop, some of you guys already saw this, from Back to the Future, stood outside of the housing development where the McFlys live. The water tank is for underwater sequences without going underwater. You lift the lids from the sides. I pointed out the set from The Voice. As you watch The Voice, you have no idea how close they are to Gilligan's Island, right across the street. It was also the South Pacific in a TV series called McHale's Navy. In Desperate Housewives, when one of the characters would die off, they'd always sprinkle the ashes in a river, a lake, or the ocean. This was it. I heard Victor mention Happy's Place, Reba McEntire's show, and it being a multi-camera show where you have multiple cameras at once. So Reba McEntire's show shoots over on the left-hand side. Creature from the Black Lagoon, one of my favorites of the scary movies. Here's that body of water. It was the Amazon River. And it looked just like the Amazon, except for that California mountain in the background. Mount Lee, once again. The satellite dish farm on your left is the real deal. That's not a prop. We can deliver the nightly news, America's Got Talent, See If You Can Dance, The Voice, live via satellite. And over on your right, for Universal's history, that is about as important as it gets. This is the area that was built in 1923 for The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Look at every Frankenstein movie, look at every vampire movie you can imagine. Here it is years ago. The villagers are chasing the monsters through these streets. The cobblestone, stamped concrete. Now in Battlestar Galactica, this was a town from another world. So as it was in Star Trek as well. The movie City Slickers. At the beginning of that film, the bulls are chasing Billy Crystal, Bruno Kirby, Daniel Stern through the Spanish streets of Pamplona, Spain. Real bulls were used. Michael Jackson's video, my favorite that he did, Smooth Criminal, shot right there on your right. You don't mess with the Zohan with Adam Sandler, it's the Middle East. It's in Princess Diaries, it's Genovia. And in Pirates of the Caribbean, it's Tortuga.
Oh.
Are you looking at the goats up there on this? Yeah, that's right. We have tons of goats that are clearing away some brush. So, you know, I mentioned before, fires on a movie studio. Not uncommon. Here's another one of our VIP excursions. Now this one, they're going to ask us to go in our own separate groups. So those of you who traveled with Victor, why don't you guys go in first? We're taking you into our property warehouse. Now this is the one area that they're going to ask us not to photograph when we go inside, or no videotaping. I'll explain why. Victor will explain why as well. So Team Chris, stay where you are. Team Victor, follow him in. Then we'll walk over. Yeah, let's do it.
So yeah, we're gonna go into the prop warehouse. As he said though, we are not allowed to film in there. So sorry guys, but if you want to see it for yourself, come book the tour.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, are dead.
Oh.
For 4 years, a good place just to film here. It was really cool because we could ask Josh just to stop the trolley right here, and we could watch filming and the camera was pointed the other way, which is crazy. This is the yogurt shop, which is still right there. Pretty crazy, huh?
Going to the bad place.
Now, they also filmed one of my favorite TV shows. They also filmed one of my favorite TV shows here called Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. Got to film here. That show is pretty funny. But the good place, Mike Schur. Awesome producer. He's created a lot of good stuff. And again, classic Universal monsters. Does anybody, for $1 million Universal dollars, which is equivalent to 10 American cents, does anybody know who our first classic Universal monster was?
Frankenstein?
Who said Frankie? Half right.
Dang.
There was one before it. Hey, who said Dracula? Woo! We had no idea how to promote Dracula back then, so we promoted it as a romantic thriller. It came out Valentine's Day of 1931. Now, for those of you that said Frankenstein, you were half right. Frankenstein did come out later that year. Now, the dude on your screens is Bela Lugosi. He's the guy who played Dracula. He became an overnight sensation after that movie came out. So naturally, Universal was like, hey, Bela, do you want to play Frankenstein's monster? He said, and I quote, "Nah, I'm good." He said, why am I going to play a role? We're going to cover my face in prosthetics. I barely have any lines. Absolutely not. You could have any random extra play Frankenstein's creature, and that's what they did. They found a random dude, and that was Boris Karloff, while they're playing one of the most cinematic figures of all time. Now, right now, we're entering another very iconic and pivotal place for Universal, 6 Points. During the silent film era, during the heyday of Westerns, we were able to film up to 6 Westerns at the same time. We had 6 streets. Each one had its own bank, its own saloon, its own sheriff's office, and its own hotel. So whenever the bad guy got kicked out of town, all he had to do was turn a corner. He was out of town, but he was also right into another production. One of my favorite movies filmed here, Quentin Tarantino's 9th movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. About 45 minutes of that movie took place right here, with no big deal, just Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Timothy Olyphant, Luke Perry, Lena Dunham, Scott Family, Al Pacino, Isabella Gino, Butters, Kurt Russell, Bruce Norris, Freddie Mercury, and brand new Oscar winner.
Holy mackerel.
I love those movies. Anybody a fan of Lady Gaga? So when we were in our Metropolitan sets, Edgegory music video, in our old Mexico sets where we're at right now, this is where she filmed her Judas music video. It's just her intermission. It's scary. I know, how exciting. Hi, Fiona. And one of the most haunted too. Now friends, I grew up by the beach, so whenever I'm feeling stressed out or nobody's laughing at my jokes, I like to go to the beach and relax a little. How about we go to the beach? Who wants to go to the beach? Yeah, let's go to Amity Island. Now I know, yes, we did have a shark attack, but look, Josh, our driver, caught the shark this morning during his morning laps. Look, caught him right there. We also have our friend police diver Ron in the water just to make sure that we're good, that nothing fishy happens. We're gonna stop here for a few moments. Is that a tuba? Alright friends, it's all good, just remain seated. Don't worry, we have our friend police diver Ron in the water. Ron! Ron! Help me out! Ron! Ron! No, Ron, no! What is it? He's gonna sacrifice himself. And who can't? There must be another way. It has to be you, Ron. Not me. Not a driver. Good. Ron had a lot of guts to be out there, and there we are. Alright, it's all good. Just remain seated. Don't worry, our driver Josh is a professional. He's going to park the trolley in the safest place possible behind these extremely flammable gasoline barrels. Now, don't worry, there is bait attached to that yellow buoy. If the shark takes a bait that we're solid, we're going to know where the shark is at all times, and we can make a nice cheeky getaway. So looking for 8-seater folks. I don't know what's happening anymore. What's happening with the beer and the gasoline and the electrical spark. Watch
Oh, that's warm. Oh, hot.
It's lit. And here's on fire. Yo, that's the shark right over there. Look. Ah, we got you, but oh no.
Oh, Jesus. No!
That was wrong. That was horribly wrong.
It's hot and cold. It's Katy Perry.
Join me for the biggest round of applause for a shark, Bruce. I love Bruce. Bruce has been terrorizing guests on the studio tour since the 70s. Can you believe that? Do I have something in my nose? Oh, you're sorry. Okay, for $1 million Universal dollars, which is equivalent to 5 American cents, does anybody know what kind of shark that is? If you know it, shout it out. Who said great white? Great guess, it's plastic. Yeah, look, it's swimming backwards, but sharks don't do that. But just like that bad joke, the real mechanical shark they used for the production of Jaws was such a nightmare on screen as well as off screen. This Bruce works 200 times a day. The one they used for the movie sank to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean on day 1. They built a mechanical shark, tested it in freshwater. When they took it on set off the coast of Martha's Vineyard, they forgot about this new thing called salt water. So when they put the mechanical shark in the salt water, corroded, the mechanics sank to the bottom of the ocean on day 1. Now friends, welcome to Old Mexico. We're going to show you how we manipulate weather for filming. Here in sunny Southern California, we get the same boring, majestic, beautiful, Instagram-ready weather day in and day out. But when we're filming, this is how we do it. The thunder, speakers hidden into the set, the lightning, large arc strobe lights. How about some water bending? Whoop! A little bit of rain. Ooh, I see the avatar. Now for the rain, it is a completely different technology. It's actually very high-tech if you look up at it. It's called sprinklers. You put the sprinklers on top of poles, shoot the water up into the air like gravity to its job. During the black and white era of filming, they would add ink to the water. That way the camera was able to record the rain. A few weeks ago, Josh, myself, and Chris gave a VIP tour to Rihanna. She said this is her favorite spot because she can whip out her umbrella. Hello, hey. Hey, watch out, it's a flash flood! Ooh, part 1. Oh yeah, we forgot to tell you, if you're sitting in a blue seat, you are in the soak zone. They're all blue, don't look around.
I'm colorblind.
That was our flash flood, a result of thousands of gallons of recycled water. They were pumped to the top of the hill, bottled up, and then sold at Disney's California Adventures.
Oh, heck no.
No, I'm kidding. It goes to the main park. Now, no, but check it out on your screens. This is not Paul Giamatti, that is a stunt double. Lady Gaga in her music video Judas did the exact same thing and did not use a stunt double. Now, friends, we're going to pass by our Amity Island one more time. Is anyone a fan of Murder, She Wrote with Angela Lansbury? Yeah? Welcome to Cabot Cove, Maine for Murder, She Wrote with Angela Lansbury. 12 seasons filmed here. A murder every episode and no one moved away. Look, it still says Cabot Cove on the dock. One of my favorite TV shows filmed here, Key and Peele with Keegan-Michael Key and Academy Award-winning Jordan Peele. My favorite sketch, the Megan sketch. Megan, your jacket! No! That was over there. Community with Joe McHale, Alison Brie, Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, filmed over there. The Good Place also filmed over there. For my horror movie fans, there's a Firefly residence from Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses. That is a House of a Thousand Corpses. If you remember LMFAO, that's where they were sorry for party rocking. That's also Miss Mona's Chicken Ranch and Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Now, friends, do I have any fans of Desperate Housewives? Yeah? Do I have any Desperate Housewives? Okay, don't answer that. Welcome to Colonial Street, otherwise known as Wisteria Lane from ABC's Desperate Housewives.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
8 seasons of Desperate Housewives filmed here. Now, none of these houses are real. They're called shells. There's only about 5 feet into the house, not really suitable for filming. That gray house, if I open that green door, I'll fall off a 20-foot cliff. Or if I'm lucky, I can stand onto the 100-year-old eucalyptus tree that is growing out of the living room. Illegal to cut down in the state of California. Any Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans? Yeah, Buffy fans. So this is where they filmed the only episode nominated for an Emmy. The episode Hush was filmed right here. If you're a fan of Freddy Krueger, the 6th installment of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, Freddy's Dead, the Final Nightmare, films right here as well. Look at the goats! I love the goats. What's up, Billy? Get it? I love the goats. Remember in Jurassic Park? Different goat story, never mind. If you watch Superstore, if you're a fan of Superstore with Oscar nominee America Ferrera, the finale, the last episode films right here. Kenan Thompson lived right here in his show Kenan, one of my favorite comedians growing up. And then if you're a fan of Never Have I Ever, we at Davy's house, that's our yellow house right there. If you watch Never Have I Ever, take a look at your screens. This is from the TED TV show. And this house is right there. Pretty cool. And then across the street, this lilac-colored abode, that is the original 1313 Mockingbird Lane from the Munsters. Anyone a fan of the Oscar-winning movie Shrek?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that didn't film here because it's animated, it was inside of a computer. But the music video for Smash Mouth is All-Star. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Check this out, this is from the TED TV show. By cutting from a picture of the house to a scene inside of a soundstage, your imagination will tell you that bedroom is in there, when in reality, just spiders and victims' hopes and dreams. If you're a fan of Mr. Tom Hanks, that's where he filmed The Birds. Aaron Fisher, Corey Feldman, cast for The Friendly Ghost with Christina Ricci, and one of my favorite songs growing up, Dilemma, Nelly featuring Kelly Rowland. Who knows this song? I bet if I sing, you know it. Ready? No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Who knows that song? We're old, y'all. It's over for us. Now, talking about dead bodies, you know shows like NCIS or CSI Crime Scene Investigation? Whenever they find a dead body that's not in a parking lot, it's in the middle of the woods right there. Except it's not the middle of the woods, it's just those bushes right there. Now, here's a video of our driver Josh picking me up for work this morning.
What's the glamour trap?
I'm the lady. Josh, I'm right here. Josh, I'm fine. I popped my shoulder back in. But that welcomes us to our picture car area. My favorite picture cars are on the left-hand side. The Gyrosphere from Jurassic World. My dream car, the 92 Jeep Sahara Wrangler.
Ooh.
The Mercedes SUV from the Lost World. We got some picture cars from Back to the Future on this side. The Flintstones cars. Do those cars work? The Yabba Dabba don't. They were put on the back of trailers pulled by trucks. Bumblebee, bro. From the Mummy, the Duesenberg over here. Now you're probably wondering, Victor, come on. You're building a giant Fast and the Furious coaster. None of the Fast and Furious cars are here. Are you guys filming a movie? Well, I'm proud to announce that the answer is, ooh-wee. I just got chills, like goosebumps. Could it be because we're at the... Yes. Welcome to the Bates Motel and the Psycho House up on the hill from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, the 1960s classic starring Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh. Hey, that's Norman Bates. Hi, Norman. I don't know you worked on Sundays or whatever today is. Anyway, anybody want to take a shower? I heard they're to die for. He's been slashing prices left and right. Oh, that's awkward.
Oh dear.
It's okay, friends. That's just how they take you to your car at the Hilton, right? I wouldn't know. You're the VIPs here. Alright, you know what? He hasn't noticed this yet, so if I haven't seen anything, Hi, Norman. It's okay, my dude. We're going to take off. They're not actually recording or live streaming right now. They're going to turn it off right now. Right, guys? Everybody's going to turn off your phones and video recordings? It's okay. They're just pretending, my guy. It's alright. Josh, we should go. Joshy Poo, we should go. What? Get the people not laughing at my jokes. Get the people. No, Josh, go faster, Josh. Bye, Norman. Say hi to mother for me, Norman. Bye.
Imagine if he just ran up the stairs after us.
How about we say hi to mother up on the second story of the Psycho House? Hi, Mom. You look good. Maybe a little sunscreen next time, Mom.
I can't even see her.
Hey, Mom. Mom, guess what we're up to? Guess. Come on.
They're probably watching me.
We are.
Well, let them see what kind of a person I am.
Mom, you're crazy. From two of the most iconic movie sets in movie history to one of the biggest and most impressive. Welcome to every relationship I've ever been in. I mean, welcome to the airplane crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the World. Who's seen this movie? Crazy. Anybody saw it in theaters? Yeah, that was 20 years ago. I was only one, so I wasn't allowed in.
Oh shit, he's younger than us.
I'm kidding,
Yeah.
but that is a real Boeing 747 airplane
that was bought just for the production of War of the Worlds. Cost filmmakers $60,000, and to you VIPs, you're probably like, well, I'm gonna get 3. That's not that bad. But to get it here, $200,000 just to get it here.
That's
$60,000 for the airplane, $200,000 to get it here. It's always the shipping and handling that gets you in there, right? Yeah. It's just something you don't see. If you're a fan of Ariana Grande, she was just abducted by an alien right here. Hopefully we get her back along with her new album. And then what else is filmed here? Father John Misty, Rihanna, Rapper Logic, The Freight, Community, Joel McHale, Alison Brie, Donna Glover. This was Habitat for Humanity, one of my favorite TV shows. A bunch of home insurance commercials. Can you imagine why? The season of America's Next Top Model that Josh was on, they did a kind of like a zombie themed photo shoot right here. Right, Josh? I have one of his headshots framed. And then over on that side, the log cabin from The Great Outdoors with John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. Right over there.
Oh, I didn't realize I was back there.
Oh, Kiki.
What's up, Studio Tour?
Hi, Kiki.
I'm Kiki Palma from Jordan Peele's film.
Nope.
What's a bad miracle?
You're about to find out. It is my honor to introduce to you Jupiter's Claim, the actual sets from Nope.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jupiter Park.
Who's seen Nope? We're best friends, that's how that works. If you haven't seen Nope, basically for some reason, an unidentified flying object flies over us and we lose electricity. Whatever you do, what was that? Sorry, whatever you do, do not look up. Don't look up.
Stop it! You can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable
Stop it!
show.
You ever seen the movie Kid?
Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy.
This was me at EDC the other week. Wait, what was that, Jordan? The Sinister Secret. Please do tell.
Smack that.
Come on, Jordan. UFO still exist.
Welcome to the world of Nope.
Alright, Josh, we should take their advice and get out. For the sake of us. Did anyone get that? Nope. Okay. That's all 3 Jordan Peele movies. Get out, us, and Nope right there. Thank you, thank you. If you haven't seen Nope, just do me a favor, watch it on the biggest screen possible with the best sound possible. Now, is anyone a fan of the Hunger Games Catching Fire? This is the second time I bring it up. So, when Oscar winner Jennifer Lawrence comes out of the tube as Katniss Everdeen and sees the tropical arena for the first time and then swims to the cornucopia, that was over here behind these trucks. There's a giant blue wall. There's a pit in front of it. It takes 3 days to fill that pit with water. That's how much water goes in there. Or we can just build a set if we need to. Using CGI, computer-generated imagery, we can replace whatever the blue is with whatever the filmmakers need. For Jaws of Revenge, they didn't have CGI, so they painted the clouds on there. Jurassic Park 3, Pesky Spinosaurus. If you're a fan of Tom Hanks, this is where he filmed Apollo 13 and Sully. If you're a fan of Jim Carrey, Bruce Almighty, and the ending of The Truman Show. Who's seen the Truman Show? The very ending, that's a wall right there. Christopher Nolan, Dunkirk, Inception, filmed right over there. Beyonce's Formation music video, TLC's Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. And if you're a fan of Harry Styles, when they submerge his whole set underwater for the music video Falling, that was right over there. Alrighty friends, so that was basically the grand finale of the VIP portion of the movie studio tour. We still have a whole theme park to explore. We're about to take you to the theme park in just a moment. Now check this out, did you guys have fun? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I hope you guys learned something. I hope that Chris and I were able to show you some stuff you would never know. And now you can play that annoying game with your friends or family where you're watching something and go, that's fake, that's Universal. That's fake, that's Universal. Because then you start to see it and you're like, that's the same lot over and over again. All right, let's enjoy one last moment together. Join me. Look at that beautiful view of that green trash can. And then on the other side, the San Fernando Valley, like Chris was showing us at the beginning of the tour, a good way to bookend the tour. That's Warner Brothers, ABC Disney Studios behind there. You could say that Warner Brothers and Disney looks up to us. Now friends, we opened our movie studio literally on March 15, 1915. Isn't that crazy? Over 111 years ago. We started doing this thing, the studio tour, the thing that you're on, the thing that birthed the theme parks, not just here, but everywhere around the world. If it wasn't for the studio tour, there would be no Universal theme parks around the world. We started doing this thing on July 15th, 1964. Hey, look at us now. Who would have thought? Not me, right, Paul Rudd?
Been on that tour so many times since I was a kid, and I just love every time.
Thanks, Paul. All right, friends, we will not be coming back to the trolley, so please, if you accumulated any trash, take it with you. Take all your stuff with you. We'll open up the water chest if you want a water bottle. They're free here. They're about $84.99 in the park. But also remember that we do have lunch in a little about an hour, okay? So if you need one, take one. But if you don't need one, don't take it, because they're not allowed on the Harry Potter ride unless they're on in a bag. Join me for the biggest round of applause for the man of the hour, the best in the industry, Driver George! And then keep it going for Chris! And obviously keep it going for me, obviously. Alright friends, watch your step. If you're with Chris, go with Chris. If you're with Victor, go with Chris. And Josh and I are going to go to In and Out.
Alright, thank you guys.
Okay, thank you Chris. Make sure to say thank you to our driver Josh on the way out, friends.
Yeah, so we finished the studio tour, and now we're doing the actual rides. What do you guys think of the studio tour though?
It was awesome.
Got to see some cool sets.
Spit on my dinosaur.
The fact that we got to see the courthouse scene from Back to the Future boggles my mind. It is. Our tour guide Chris was telling us how rare it is that we can actually walk that set. So the fact that we actually got it, crazy. And now we're doing Simpsons, so we're gonna get sick. So we just did the Simpsons ride.
See the frozen? You're already forgetting.
I know, it's just
All
like
that spit
the
they
funny,
threw on you.
yeah. The fact that all three of us just in unison just was great. We were gonna do Harry Potter, but he said that we're gonna do that after lunch. But so instead we're going to Secret Life of Pets first, and then Harry Potter, and then where we go from there. But so far, this tour is really, really great. It's a great investment of time. The park is pretty busy right now. I mean, it is Memorial Day weekend, so it is pretty hectic. But it's a great tour so far. There's a Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift Coaster. Unfortunately, we are not going to be riding that. They're planning to open it sometime before July, is the expectation. But they've been setting test cycles, and we've been seeing them. Oh man, I mean, look at those cars. Look at those trains right there. They look great.
Oh, Panda, that way. Now this one, guys, you're gonna hit speeds of up to 1 mile an hour.
Oh wow, so fast.
So you better hold on tight.
1 mile per hour?
Yep.
Can you do that one?
You can't. No, you can. It's a sit-down ride.
It's about this fast.
As long as that not move too hard, because he hurting his back.
You'll be good.
You're good.
Yeah.
You'll be good on this one. Yeah, you're gonna get turned into a pet, doggy washed, and hopefully adopted.
All right, keep it moving. You in the back. Why you moving so slow? Use that puppy energy. Move it. Move it. You guys want to practice wagging your tails? Yeah. You in the middle. That's not bad.
That is such an amazingly cute ride. I love that. That is so cute. Do more of this, please. That's adorable. I will say I do enjoy my time here at the park. It has been a while being here, but it's such a nice ride.
Okay, you guys hungry, I hope?
So we're heading to lunch right now.
So,
Alright, well, we'll see you in the future, and just be there.
what was that, Jess?
So we just finished our VIP experience tour. Thoughts? What do you think?
10 out of 10.
Honestly, do it if you get a chance. That was the greatest thing of our lives, I think. The food, the experience, everything. Chris, our tour guide, amazing. Ask for him. We didn't film a lot, but you know what? That's what the point of this is. Go come here to Universal Studios Hollywood, experience it for yourself, do the VIP tour if you get the chance. And these are fast lanes. What are they called? The skip line things here? Express. I can't tell what they're called. I'm putting the camera down now. We're gonna enjoy the rest of the day here at the park. Sorry if this vlog was kind of everywhere, but take care, guys, and remember, have a great day. You okay?
You like jazz?